they taught us how to make money, I would have never dropped out.
Many young people believe there are 3 ways out of poverty: sports, music, or illegal activities. How do you create opportunity in places where there are few? Look online.
So you gotta think with $1 million mindset, $1 billion mindset.
I'm gonna show you how to market your line, which is the most important part, and I'm gonna show you how to make money off of it. I'm also gonna show you how to, build your own website so that you can sell your clothes directly from your own website on your own store.
I Gotta Make It. Business skills for the real world.
Hello, I'm Khari Menelik, and I'm the founder of I Gotta Make It. And where I'm from in Rochester, New York, 91% of the kids that look like me drop out of high school. 91%. The day before Thanksgiving 2013, a friend of mine lost his life. His name was Steven, and he's the one that you see on the left. It was a situation of a drug deal gone bad. It happened a block away from where I used to live with my father, and I drove by the crime scene that day. To make matters worse, 4 days later, the father of my cousin's daughter lost his life as well. He was only 18 years old, high school dropout. So these events really affected me a lot. I was numb for about a week. And I started asking myself, what can I do to change things? How can I change not only my community, but every inner city community in the country? And I started scratching my head. And I started to wonder, why do people live like this? Why do they choose this life in my community? Why do they drop out? Why do they sell drugs? Then I realized that our public education system has a one-size-fits-all model, but one size doesn't fit all kids. In fact, over 1 million kids drop out each year because they don't fit this model. And unfortunately, when many of these kids drop out, they start to think that selling drugs is one of their only ways to make it out of poverty. So I realized I needed to teach them how to pivot their entrepreneurial skill set to legitimate businesses. And then the light went off in my head. How do I do this? How do I do that? And I told myself, I need to create an online school that teaches them alternative ways to make it out. And that's where the idea for I Gotta Make It was born. But there was only one problem. I didn't know how to create an online school or to build courses or create a website. I never built a website in my life. I didn't even know where to start. So for a year straight, I taught myself web development, video animation, video editing, and how to create content. And I created 12 courses. And I released those courses in May of this year. And here's 3 of my top courses. How to start a clothing line, how to sell things on eBay, how to become a web developer. Very simple, practical ways to become an entrepreneur. Now, when a student clicks on one of these courses, they'll be led to a course page that contains a series of short video lessons. And after they watch those video lessons, they'll have the knowledge that they need to make a living for themselves. So since launching, my courses have been viewed over 25,000 times, and they're growing at 75% month over month. I'm currently on pace to reach 130,000 views by the end of this year and 5 million by the end of next year. And thanks to YouTube and the internet, I'm able to reach people all over the world. And I have students in different countries. So what about my students? What do they think? What do they have to say? Here's some of their feedback. One of my students says she loves my videos. Another one of my students even called me his new coach. And my favorite, a 14-year-old kid named Joe even called me his angel. That's a feeling that money can't buy. And then there's people like Raheem Thompson. Raheem was a 19-year-old dropout that I met when I moved here to San Francisco. I told him my story, how I taught myself web development, how it got me all the way here pitching in front of all you. And it really inspired him. It inspired him so much that he's now becoming a full-time freelance web developer after watching my course. So what's my vision? Where do I want to take this? What do I want to do with this? I gotta make it in front of every student outside of the classroom as well as inside of the classroom. And what do I mean by that? Well, the idea is to start as an after-school program and eventually become a part of the natural curriculum. Because I really can't count how many students that told me they would get straight A's if they were taught how to make money in school. So what does your support do? That's a good question, right? So I've already reached over 25,000 views on my own with $5,000 out of my pocket and teaching all of the courses myself. So imagine what I can do if I had a team. Imagine what we can do if we hired experts to teach new courses moving forward. We could reach millions of kids like Raheem in every inner city of the country. We could teach them how to be self-sufficient, how to provide for themselves, and most importantly, how to make it out of poverty. I want to thank Shannon and Kevin for believing in me and my vision, Ken and Jacob for helping me out, and Google for hosting us, and BlackRock also for helping out this summer. And I want to thank everybody else for coming out tonight and watching me and listening. Thank you.